All right, so I just got back from test driving this 1962 Series 2A that's for sale on our website. It's about 90 degrees today. It's super humid. I just did about 60 or so miles in the vehicle, making adjustments and making sure everything's working properly. As you can see, I have the vent flaps wide open and the sides and back completely rolled up because it's pretty hot. And as long as you keep moving in these Land Rovers, the airflow coming through the vent flaps is actually really nice. It's the next best thing to air conditioning. So the first thing that you're probably wondering when you see another blue Series 2A like this is that our social media is pretty much saturated with blue Series 2As. Is this the same truck, or is there just a whole bunch of blue Series 2As coming out of the NAO shop? And the answer is that there is a whole bunch of early Series 2As coming out of the NAO shop that are all marine blue. So this Series 2A is extremely similar to one that we sold back in the winter. In fact, it's almost the sister truck to the one that we sold back in the winter because they were both sold from the same dealer. They're both the same year. They're actually 1 month apart in terms of build date, not from us, but originally from Land Rover. Our restorations are only a few months apart as well. So this one is NAO 062. The one that we sold back in the winter was NAO 061. So the vehicles were not only built a month apart by Land Rover, but they were also restored sequentially by NAO. Both sold brand new in Boston. The previous vehicle that I sold in the winter, I purchased here in Connecticut, and this one I actually purchased in Vermont. So they never made it too far from Boston. So not only did we build number 061 and this one 062, there's also number 063, which was not from Boston, was actually from California. So although very similar specs and the same year, these are all 1962s. So number 063 in the test driving process now. So the thing is that there's something about a marine blue early 2A soft top that people just love. It's probably the nicest color combination that Land Rover offered. The limestone wheels with the marine blue body and the sand colored soft top, those are complementary colors. The marine blue with the limestone, and just something about the texture of the canvas and the galvanizing and the rivets, it just pops. This is our signature look. So like I mentioned, this vehicle is 062. The completion date was actually June of this year. I'm at 400 miles and I usually go 500 miles for a test drive. That way I can ensure that the engine is properly broken in and also make all the adjustments to things like the clutch, the EFI. This vehicle has a distributor with an adjustable ignition advance curve, and we know which curve works well on our 2 1/4 with an 8-to-1 head and a 2.5 liter cam. So, but there's always some slight adjustment to be made. So right now, this vehicle is running perfectly. Everything's working great. So at that 500 mile mark, we'll change out the brake-in oil and this Land Rover will be totally ready for the next owner. So in the last video I made about number 061, I went over a lot of the specs. So I talked about the disc brakes and the EFI and the NAO spec engine rebuild, the synchronized 4-speed, the overdrive, all of the wiring specifics. And I don't need to repeat that in this video because it's literally the exact same specs as number 061, and in fact the same specs as all of our version 4 vehicles. I'll put the link below for that video so that you can get a little bit more in-depth information on the specs of our version 4 builds. So in this video, I'll simply keep it short and I'll talk a little bit about the process of buying the vehicle from NAO. So the purchase of the vehicle could not be easier. It simply involves the wire transfer of the funds, and then we send the paperwork. But if you're new to Land Rovers and you want to learn as much as possible about driving and owning one, you've certainly come to the right place. So with each of our builds, we offer one-on-one instruction on everything from driving to maintaining the vehicle. So if you're local to Connecticut and you want to come pick up this Land Rover and drive it home, budget about 2 hours so that we could go for a ride in the vehicle and go through everything about owning and maintaining it. If you're not local and you need the vehicle shipped, we always welcome you to fly out and we can provide the exact same instruction. And if you simply want to take delivery of the vehicle and skip the in-person instruction, we can simply provide our NAO-specific owner's manual that has all of the details on how to operate the vehicle, as well as a yearly checkover list for maintenance and all of the specifics on oils and part numbers that you'll need to maintain this vehicle long-term. And speaking of shipping, there's a couple different ways that you can get the vehicle back to your home. First of all, if you're local to Connecticut and don't mind driving a few hours, you're welcome to come pick up the vehicle. We'll go over the instructions, and then you could simply drive it home and enjoy the ride. I could also recommend some specific scenic routes to take on your way home. You're within 100 miles of the NAO shop and you don't want to drive the vehicle back, we actually offer free shipping. We could deliver the vehicle to your home, and we can go over the instruction of how to use the vehicle in person right from the comfort of your home. A lot of times our customers are actually from the other side of the country. In that case, we'll need to ship the vehicle. We recommend shipping it enclosed, and we also have a list of enclosed carriers that we recommend that we've used before and have had good experiences with. So it would be up to you to call these different companies and find the one that works best for you, and then we'll arrange the pickup of the vehicle and assist with loading it and make sure everything runs super smooth so that you get the vehicle in a timely manner. So another great thing to know is that we offer a 1-year warranty on parts and labor on our vehicles. So if you have any issues at all, no matter how minor, we welcome you to bring the vehicle back to our shop so that we can make adjustments or replace the faulty part. If you are out on the other side of the country and you have an issue, obviously shipping it back to our shop may not be cost effective, but we can absolutely send you the part to have your local shop install it. And even after that 1-year warranty is up, you still benefit from our tech support and parts inventory. So if you have any issue with your vehicle at any point in time, you can consult with us or have your mechanic contact us to get the vehicle fixed right. And we have a comprehensive inventory of every part used in our version 4 builds that we can simply send out to you to get the vehicle fixed right. So I mentioned in our NAO specific owner's manual, there's a yearly checklist. This can be done by your local mechanic who's familiar with classic cars, or we welcome you to ship the vehicle back to us or drive it back to us so that we can perform this yearly checklist and make adjustments and keep the vehicle running its best. Typically this takes place in late November after the driving season is over, when snow can start falling and roads can be salted. We always reserve plenty of time to get in our NAO customers and keep their vehicles operating 100%. So just to summarize, this is NAO restoration number 062. It's the sister truck to our previous for sale vehicle number 061. We completed this restoration just last month in June of 2025. The vehicle is at 400 test drive miles. At 500 test drive miles, we will change out the braking oil and it'll be 100% ready to go. The vehicle can be shipped through an enclosed carrier. We could do free delivery within 100 miles, or if you're local, you can simply drive the vehicle home. If you come to pick the vehicle up, we can offer in-person instruction on everything from how to use the four-wheel drive, to all the switches and buttons, to specific driving techniques, all the way to long-term ownership, oils and maintenance part numbers. If you want to skip the in-person instruction, we can send you our NAO-specific owner's manual so you can go over all of this yourself. Purchasing the vehicle is super easy with a simple wire transfer and the sending of the paperwork. This vehicle has our latest version 4 specs. It's an early truck, which is super popular, and it's the most popular color combination of marine blue with the sand soft top. So I'm actually getting pretty hot standing out here in the driveway talking about the vehicle. So I think I'm actually going to get back in it, keep those vent flaps open, and go on a nice test drive up to one of my favorite river areas near Bull's Bridge. So if you're interested in purchasing this vehicle, or even just coming out for a test drive to see what our NAO Land Rovers are all about and how they drive, we absolutely welcome you to send us an email at northamericaoverland@gmail.com. And I'd love to have a conversation with you about number 062 1962 Series 2A.